Lisa McWhinnie Inc. here. So hi, I'm like so short on food that I feel like I'm starving when I look in the fridge because it's so empty. So I have these um, they're Wonder Bread pitas. I don't know if you can Wonder Bread. What does it say? No artificial flavors or colors, white wrapped. I think I bought them from Giant Tiger. There's like 10 large ones in a packet. And I don't know if you've never bought these before, but they look like this essentially. And I usually scramble up an egg with a little bit of garlic and some margarine or whatever. Put some mayonnaise in this and fold it up like a wrap. The guy I was living with, Billy Smiles, taught me to do it like this. So you got your stuff in the middle, you fold it over like this, and you tuck it in like that, and then you fold the end in, and fold the other end in, and then you roll it, you close it. All right, so let's do that again. So your stuff is in the middle here. Don't put too much. Just put like maybe 2 inches worth of stuff, 2 inches by an inch, like maybe 2 inches by an inch, about that much, right in the center. And you put it in here, and you tuck it in like that, and then you fold in the edge, and then you can roll it usually once, right? And then if you want to, if you won't hold it together, put a little toothpick or something in it. So anyway, so I had 2 of these, and I have nothing to put them in pretty much. I have some black beans. I could mash up some black beans and fry them with, Tex-Mex type spices. But I decided to bake them, so I put them on this drying rack, which is usually you put a cake or cookies or something on there so that they ventilate from the bottom and the top. So it's got these little nubby things here to help it raise it off the counter a little bit, right? So that it cools. If you've never seen one of those, so I put that in because it was easier to lift this out than just the tortilla, and I put it on like this, just like that, and I turned the oven on 300 Fahrenheit or 150 Celsius. And then I put it in the oven, and I probably baked it. Keep an eye on it, but I baked it for maybe 6 or 7 minutes, and it turned out like brown and like kind of crunchy. I didn't have anything else, so I put some margarine on it. This time I bought this again, this President's Choice margarine. I quite like this. Bought this again, and then I sprinkled a little bit of curry powder on it. Now you don't have to pick curry powder, but this is about a no-name, I don't know what store, Simple brand curry powder. And it's just a loose powder. If you don't like that, I put my spice stuff in the drawer here, just for a difference. And I put my cutlery on the counter over here. Now you're not going to be able to see me. Can you see me? Good enough. So you can put it in one of these and put a piece of tape on it with curry powder or something that doesn't come off, a sticky note, or you can buy those little circles that you can put if you write small enough. So you put it on those and sprinkle it on if you don't want to keep them in the package. I tend to keep them in the package, but just because I'm lazy. So anyway, I thought this is actually tastes pretty good, and it's kind of crumbly, which is kind of cool. Like it was better when it was warm. It's actually quite nice. It's probably not very nutritious. Let's see. What does it say? It says for 1 tortilla, which is what these are called, tortillas. It's spelled Tortilla. It's tortillas. There's 7 grams of fat, 1 gram of fiber, 3 grams of sugar, 4 grams of protein. That's not bad. I'm like, oh, actually, there's quite a bit of this. There's 310 milligrams of sodium, potassium, 4% of your daily intake, calcium, 6% of your daily intake, 11% of your daily iron, 25% of your daily thiamine, 10% of your daily riboflavin, 19% of your daily niacin, 2% of your vitamin B, B6 or something, I can't say it, I can't read it, 18% of your folate, 4% of your daily pantotheniate, I don't know what that is, 10% of your daily phosphorus, 4% of your daily magnesium, 5% of your daily zinc, 9% of your daily selenium, I don't know what it is, 8% of your daily copper, 13% of your magnesium, and 34% of your molybdenum. I don't know what that means, but that's what this is. I don't know if anyone's ever seen it, like ever tried to read this. Let me just see if I can. So that's what this is. So this is your nutritional value chart. So up here, it'll say how many servings that this chart applies to. So this applies to per 1 tortilla or 64 grams. Or, yeah, so I guess each tortilla is worth 64 grams. And then it says, you know, your calories. So there's 200 calories in one tortilla. There's fat, so there's 7 grams. Then they separate it in saturated and trans. I don't know the difference, but you can Google the difference. One's a good fat and one's a not so good fat. I forgot which is which. And then fiber, it says 1 gram. And 4% means it's your 4% of it's 4% of what you need on a daily basis. So if 4% goes 4 goes into 100, how many times? 4 goes into 10 twice. 20 left. So I guess you'd have to eat 25 of these to get your daily fiber, I guess. And then it goes on just to, so I don't know if I believe these anymore. They seem to be, some of the foods I'm buying have a lot of these nutritional things, whereas I didn't think they really did. But then it, you know, it goes on, it's got a whole list of things here. But either way, it's more nutritious than a chocolate bar. Well, you could put some ice cream on it with some cinnamon and some extra sugar, maybe some whipped cream for dessert. Like I said, you can crush up some black beans or some brown beans. What else do you do? Well, oh, guy I was living with used to put, the ground beef, fry up some ground beef with some Tex-Mex and some rice and roll it in there and bake it, a burrito and cheese. You can make an open taco, so you could lay it flat on a plate, put some lettuce on the bottom, and some cheese on it, some sour cream, put some ground beef on top, and maybe some chopped up tomato on top of that, and eat it as a open taco. Maybe that might be nice. Alright. That's what I'm having for lunch. Peace out.